Hi, I'm Shannon Rollins from Shannon Rollins Real Estate. Are you wondering what's happening in the real estate market? Whenever I'm out and about in the public and I have somebody ask me, Shannon, what's going on in the real estate market? I know it's time to do a market update. Recently, I was buying a piece of furniture and the furniture store owner asked me that because people are buying houses, they're usually buying furniture. So here's what is going on in the real estate market right now. It takes work to buy or sell a house now. It's not like the post-pandemic market when a seller could put a house on the market without really preparing a house and throw whatever price on it and the buyer was going to buy. Do you remember back in the day when sellers used to actually prepare their house to sell? They would think about what all needed to be fixed on the house before they put it on the market and work on that before they put it on the market. Well, that's kind of where we are now. A seller really has to think about what kind of price they want in the house and what condition do they need to get it in order to get that price, and what marketing strategy are they going to have in order to get the home exposed to all the buyers out there, because there's a lot of listings out there and you could get buried otherwise, so you need an excellent marketing strategy. From a buyer's perspective, prices are still high and interest rates, although they're a little bit better, they still are in the 6 to 6.25 according to our preferred lender, Motto Mortgage Simplified. So a buyer is more selective about what they're going to buy, and they want to be sure that the price is appropriate given the condition of the home, and their agent has to do more work to find just the right house. Now, if buyers are needing assistance with buyer closing costs, their agent is having to sift through that as well to find out what sellers are willing to help with the buyer's closing costs. If they need some interest rate buy down from the seller, they're having to find out which sellers are able to help with that and who is able to help pay the buyer real estate fee. There's even some buyers who now have decided that they prefer to get an assumable loan from a seller. So their agents are having to find out which sellers have assumable loans and what's the balance on it and whether the buyer has the cash to make up the difference between the amount they're assuming and what the current price is now, because usually there's a gap there. And so the buyer has to do their homework ahead of time to figure out what they can afford, how they're going to pay for their buyer closing costs, can they pay for that gap out of the pocket as well. So there's more work involved from both the buyer and the seller. But I will say, houses are still selling, buyers are still buying, the market is just moving slower, and people have to do work in order to find and sell the house. So if you are a buyer or seller and would like some expertise and some assistance, give us a call. My team and I are on standby 7 days a week, ready to help you take the smoother road to sold.